study,
and play come together on a Windows 11 PC.
And for a limited time, college students get
The best of both worlds.
Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
This is what everyone's talking about.
Everything's on the table.
This is what champions come to take. This is what everyone came to see.
And the slam!
No do-overs. No second chances. No more Mr. Nice Guy. This is winner take all. The NBA Finals continue on ABC and the ESPN app.
Well, it's been a quiet week here in Lake Scabagon, my hometown. A short time ago, in a podcast not very far, it's a period of technical turbulence. The crew are joined by Todd Fadel as they navigate the hyperspace of memory lane. They chart a course through the Pacific Northwest with tales of Sappo, TomFest, house churches, beer and hymns, the milk truck story, and more.
How are you, Brock?
I'm doing okay. It seems like my connection's kind of laggy again today, so I apologize for that. I was going to see if there's a possibility I might be able to get around that, but I'm not sure if there is or not.
Get around.
So I hope that my time with you is productive and not frustrating.
I did buy tickets today for the Avett Brothers who are coming to Roanoke in September.
Nice.
Just announced the other day. Yeah, there's a concert within an hour of me that I want to go to, so I'm going to it.
Nice.
That'll happen like twice a year, I think.
Nice.
You know what I'm going with? I'm going with
Yeah.
today. I've got the Salty AF Chilada from Go Brewing.
What does that AF mean?
AF.
Did they misspell that? F?
I think so.
As foretold. As foretold.
Salty as foretold. Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Oh,
salty
okay.
as foretold.
Thank you, Peter, for helping me. I was confused.
You know what I have today?
I don't.
Well, because it is
punch.
Cinco de Mayo, and I am a gringo. I have a margarita.
Oh, I thought it was Kool-Aid. I actually thought you were going to say it was sangria.
Well, I had sangria earlier, but then she made me a margarita today. The good folks at the establishment that I frequent and work for.
The establishment.
You work for the establishment?
I
Whose
do.
side are you on?
I do. Down with the system. I mean, up with the system.
You're raging for the machine, not against it.
Mm-hmm.
Might not get up because I'm up with the sickness. Oh, wait, that's not right.
Yeah, I caused the sickness.
What day is it?
It's Failure Puddle Friday.
Yes, happy Failure Puddle Friday.
Still got it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let me switch.
You deserve it.
Cheers.
You. Clink.
Clink.
Am I letting Todd in? Are we good? Are we doing
Let's
this?
do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I guarantee wherever Todd
Give it
is,
a go.
Todd's got better Wi-Fi than I do. I'm just going to say that right now.
He's in the land of good Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Todd.
Oh,
What's up?
how we doing?
I'm doing okay. I might be the most prepared guest you've ever had.
Oh no, because we don't prepare at all.
I'm digging the shirt.
Well, it was kind of a on the nose situation there.
Yeah. I thought possibly.
Yeah, thanks.
But still, props.
I had the real story behind it is I had the white one, and when my friend Jeff Overstreet and I went to see Steve in 1988 at the Starry Night, which is now the Roseland Theater in Portland, we went in there at 4 p.m. thinking everybody must be inside by now, not knowing that was basically load-in time, and Steve was surveying the facilities, and we got him to sign some merch before anyone else ever got there, and so he has he he signed in black Sharpie, Shock City, which apparently was what he says at the beginning of I Blew Up the Clinic, is what he said. Anyway, that was the reason.
Did we lose the other Brock?
I don't know. I'm losing.
Looks like it.
Is
He's gonna
Brock
come back and join us, I bet.
is Brock also frozen?
Nope, I see him moving. Watching Brock is like looking at an alligator.
More
You're
than
like,
one
is
Brock?
it
I
real?
don't know.
You know, because like they hold
One's
still
enough.
so well.
I've got a bunch of I got some memorabilia that the Patreon people will enjoy probably.
Oh, sweet.
I'll probably scan some stuff in. But I don't know if we're started yet. Have we started yet?
We're always in it, but we'll see.
Is this the pregame? This is the pregame?
Yeah, it's the pregame. It's the preamble.
Okay. And can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
The man, the myth.
I had no idea how tall he was. I just went up to him and I just kind of fit right in there, just right between in the sternum.
As we all love.
You're welcome in my sternum anytime.
Oh man, sternum stories. I'm gonna be looking for that title this entire show.
Oh, I know. I was waiting. I'm like, in my brain, I go sternum stories.
Sternum stories, eh? Put that on the list.
I love it.
Brock, why don't you tell people who we've got with us today?
I will guarantee you, he's not going to find another person with my name.
That's true. I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna roll with it. Okay. What I've got, I think, is a computer that's too old and Wi-Fi that's too slow in the middle of Central Oregon. So,
yeah, that is a problem. Right
with
there.
my apologies, if that introduces any unusual lags to the system or what have you, that's where we are, and that's what's happening. So, thank you, anyways, for being here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna. Should I just do a sincere intro?
Wow.
Will you be offended?
It's the
Todd,
first
if I
time
give
for
you
it's the first time for everything.
introduction of you as you.
Sure,
Exactly.
why not?
Yeah.
I'm down.
We're here with Todd Fadel, who Todd is probably directly responsible for the happiness of thousands, I would say. People who were touched in some way, either by live music or by recorded music, or just by Star Wars. So, Todd, thank you for being with us tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, people have been touched by me. That's probably not something you want to let get out.
Touched by a fatal instead of angel.
Oh!
Okay, right. Sorry.
And thank you. We're done.
I'll see myself out. Goodbye.
That's it.
That's incredible.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
early. So early.
Sorry in advance on how my brain works. Okay, all right, let's go.
There's no rabbit trail I will not follow you down.
Yeah. Todd, you're known for a good number of things, so I don't know that I'll be able to recount all of them here at the top, but I'm sure we'll talk about most of the important ones. But proprietor of the Meow Meow, which was where I saw Joy Electric, so thank you for that. Mm-hmm. As well as your involvement in live music, just kind of around town. You were from, first of all, Sappo, which, if people remember Sappo, that's your band. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, twin sister, known previously as Boba Fett, with a PH, right?
Of course, for legal reasons.
Trademarked, yes, from the trademarked character. But no, people would know you from one or more of those things, and it could be why they tuned in. So we're very close. We're recording this on May 5th, which is not May 4th.
Yeah, I was really mad about that.
Yeah,
sorry. We were busy last night, so apologies.
May the 5th be with you.
May the 5th
is
be
with
with
us.
me.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow, Revenge of the 6th. Yep.
I'll be drinking a 5th in you guys' honor.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
Alcohol free. That would be so weird. Why would I drink a fifth of what? What would you mean?
A fifth of water.
Fifth of water.
Yeah.
Water shots.
I'm in.
Water shots.
Shot, hydration.
Well, shoot, I've listened to. I think I probably listened to 5 episodes.
Thank you.
And we're
You've
sorry.
gotten a lot farther than many.
Yeah, no, I mean, I it's kind of funny because when you guys had the Blunderhead guys on, that was what it kind of set me down a road that I wasn't really anticipating to go down, and it was just this sense of like revisiting those days with fondness and just trying to remember, especially because they were talking a lot about like, look, we're not Fugazi, but we don't have any problem with us being the doorway to Fugazi. We love that. And some of these kids, these youth group kids that didn't really have a chance to go to a Fugazi show or whatever, might never have heard of them if it weren't for Blenderhead. And I think there's a real value, intrinsic value to that I think for a long time, probably decades, I just was like, oh, what is the point of this? Why did we do that? And why was that important to people? And that, I think them just saying that plainly on that episode made me feel like, what, I've been thinking about this all wrong. So I went back and I actually had a long conversation with Jeff from 90 Pound Wuss and went and saw him for his birthday up in Seattle and met a lot of those guys, saw Matt Johnson at the show. Man, it was great. I loved it. And I was like, man, this is, in your 50s, I'm 54, and in your 50s, you can count on one hand how many people you could call for just like hangout time. And that's no joke. And that's not that may be the male loneliness epidemic talking, but I would say, I think that as we all get busier, the priorities shift away from, having a drink buddy or having a guy to just pal around with, and I gotta say, I do miss those moments of just being in a van and being stupid on the road, and telling that story to my kids, having them, because like kids that are listening to music nowadays have no idea what concerts are, what tours are. They've got no concept of that. I'm a elementary school teacher, and I'm like, show of hands, who's been to a concert before? That's not at the school.
Yeah, right.
Not school sanctioned, right. And none of them. And the idea that their favorite song is, K-pop Demon Hunters thing, and they could only see it at the Grammys or, some other huge band that they'd have to pay $90 for a nosebleed seat for, there's nothing for them at this point that they can really be like, oh, I listened to this and then I love this and I can see it. It's right there. It's in my town. And for me, that was a real turning point of all music for me. I grew up with my parents taking me to the Baptist church that was not that far from our house. And all I knew was like the Agape-land records, Music Machine, Bullfrogs and Butterflies, and Nathaniel the Grublet, Sir Oliver's Song, which is where I first heard the first soul song I'd ever heard was on Sir Oliver's Song. Stretching the truth is telling a lie. Angels are honest, that's why they can fly.
Yes.
Why would you fib? There ain't no reason why. Tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. Yeah. I was like,
yes.
What is this?
It's so good. So good.
And as a kid, I was just like, I had no grid for that. I had no grid for any of the
telling
music.
Me the truth right now.
I know, I am telling you the truth. But yeah, so getting involved with like Christian music at an early age, it was like, whoa. And then really the first person I saw that kind of brought it all home for me was Steve Taylor. I saw Steve Taylor when I was 12 in a Christian supply store on Division Street in Southeast Portland, and it was me and like 3 other people that were just like milling about in the music department, and they were showing the Meltdown video, and I was just like, whoa, what is this? And he was just there, late 20s, Steve, and I've been a fan ever since. I even brought proof. I have some old
dude
Steve Taylor.
That's so awesome.
Oh wow.
Steve Taylor newsletters from the Clone Club.
Yeah.
1985 itinerary.
That's incredible.
My dad had some of those too. Yeah.
I'll be scanning those in for you guys if you want to.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Share your wealth.
Please.
But and I brought this out because I thought this was interesting. So another concert that I met some people at was at the Child Center, the University of Portland. They have this big auditorium there called the Child Center, and that's where I saw Petra and Randy Stonehill. But then I also went back and I saw Michael W. Smith, and who opened for them was Elam Hall. And if you haven't heard Elam Hall, you got to look that up. Really incredible. And this is Elam Hall's autographs, and I think the drummer has since passed away. But yeah, they stuck around afterwards, and man, they were so good. I love them.
That's awesome. I'm gonna write that down for sure.
Elimhall. Elimhall.
Perfect.
But yeah, I went to Christian school growing up, and so I got all the inside track from other Christian kids that were like, oh, you got to get this one, you got to get this this tape, and that's how I kind of got into music. But over the years, I started realizing I wanted to be somebody to put on shows.
Mm-hmm.
At my high school, I started putting on little comedy shows, like sketch comedy shows and stuff. And then I joined a band for a brief time that was like a Rush-esque, prog rock band, and played keys for that. And that was where I met Steve Poore. Steve Poore was the original drummer for Sappo, which is the band that my brother and I started. And this is another thing. This is like a one sheet for Sappo.
Oh wow, very nice. So people know who they are.
Armed only with a 4-track tape recorder, the Oregon-based 3-piece Sappo delivers us a taste of their sound in their new self-titled, self-released demo. I can't even read it because it's so small. The type is so small. I'll scan that in too for you guys. It's some cool stuff. Because we were trying to be like the Police and Fire Hose if they were all together in a room.
I was hanging out with John Nissen the other night, and he gave me a brand new Sappo CD, which I have not yet unwrapped.
That's fun.
I think mostly because I'm a sucker for shrink wrap, and it's really hard for me to open shrink wrap.
Sucker for shrink wrap.
That's what
I know a guy. So if you're ever hard up.
I mean, if I knew a guy who could give me the files and I could listen to it without having to break the shrink, gosh, would my life be perfect?
Oh, I don't think you can know a guy like that. That's just it's too valuable.
It's too close, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I remember Sappo from a sampler CD, and I forget which one.
I think it was a 7-ball,
probably Organic Records.
Yeah, it could have been both
as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think that we ended up that was a pretty big deal. Because I remember just getting the 7-ball, because I worked for, this is kind of going back, but before we started touring and everything like that, and before we even had a record, I worked alongside of Mikey Bridges, and he and I ran the Push, and the reason why I even knew about what it was my buddy Matt Zimmerman, who was the bass player for Sometime Sunday. He was like, you got to come and see this show. It's the Clergy's last show, which of course it wasn't the Clergy's last show, but it was the Clergy's last show. And it was in the basement of this church in Southeast Portland, off Foster, and all sweaty and gross. And the lights, if I remember, the lights went out because the power went out and whatever, and it was soul food and opened. And so it was a big deal to be a part of this whole thing in Portland at the time. And so, seeing Sometime Sunday on these samplers and being written up and whatever, God, I want a little taste of that. It was a big deal when we got there. Oh, this. Speaking of which, this is our ad in the HM magazine when our album came out.
Oh, sweet.
Full page.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think there was an HM sampler that Sappo was on.
It could have been HM too. Yeah. Doug was a big fan of ours, and we did this. This was a funny thing. You probably can't see it, but we went to this. Place that was a mannequin warehouse store.
Really?
Yeah, if you can see in some of those pictures where like these
Oh yeah.
ghostly children or yeah, and there's just body parts everywhere, and so we were like, that's where we want to take
a photo
our
shoot in the middle of the mannequin store.
Yeah, and it was great. That was a really good idea. We also did a photo shoot at Enchanted Forest, Brock. So there you go,
dude.
Yeah.
Enchanted Forest, which everyone should know, it's the West Coast's best independent theme park.
Hey, we had an Enchanted Forest on the East Coast.
Yeah.
That's why I said the West Coast best.
I understand.
I mean, I put it up against the other one too, but yeah.
I think they should duke it out for sure. For sure.
Well,
they should, yeah. Battle of the Enchanted Forests.
But also, Mark Jaquette was the guy who was the one who was able to pull off the bubble gum and or the spearmint gum with the wings, and he had done some illustrations for this paper called The Rocket, and I was like, oh, this guy's awesome. And then he had started coming to shows. I'm like, whoa, you're the guy. And so he did this. He did another. This is like a Sappo. Great. Our second demo was called Greatest Hits.
And I like that. Kind of getting out in front of the history.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's also hits because it's like boxing.
It hits. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Hits deep.
Yep. So I mean, so Sappo on a 7-ball taxidermy, which is a funny story in and of itself. I know you guys are okay with tangents and all this stuff, but I don't definitely want to.
We sure
I don't
are.
want to necessarily be the only one talking. So if you have anything that comes up, just let me know. But some of you guys don't even probably know anything about Portland scene, so probably this is news to you. But
it's all very interesting.
We are so because of Mikey's connection with Tooth and Nail and everything, we got to know a lot of Tooth and Nail bands, and we went out for our first tour in 1997 with a Velvet Blue artist named Fine China, and then with Starflyer. Yeah, we had back then, and probably even till now, you have to buy into tours that will have bigger draws than you would ever hope to have. And I don't know what album that would have been on 97. That wouldn't have been quite the I Drive a Lot. Anyway, I think it was pre that. I think it just had come out like a year after. But yeah, it was funny. Just Jeff Cloud booked like an 11-date tour, and we drove 15,000 miles.
Jeez.
Oh my.
The routing was brutal. I fished out some old MapQuest directions that he did for us. This is like the in-store
directions.
The in-store at Christian Emporium at the Fire Escape. Promoter's phone number. Calvary Chapel in Albuquerque, Grand Junction, my father's house. Kind of shouting out without even meaning to, but yeah, for sure. Oklahoma City's Cliffhanger Cafe, yeah, all these different places.
The old days when we had to print everything out. I love it.
Ypsilanti. We played in Ypsilanti, and I think Velour opened for us. Bridgeport, Illinois, Mount Juliet. Anyway, I haven't looked at these forever. We played at the Crush. Anybody ever go to the Crush in Alabama?
No.
I must be really old. Anyway.
I never went to Alabama. That's part of it for me.
That's your first step. Go to Alabama.
Yep.
Well, been to Birmingham. That's about it.
Yeah. Stopover.
Yeah.
So being involved with all that stuff for me was it was weird because I kind of felt like I was always sort of always a bridesmaid but never a bride kind of situation. And then Mikey got a job at Organic, and he was like, "Oh, we'll get you signed, and I was really thirsty for it. but they were also very trying to be above board Christian wise, and that really put me off. But at the same time, I was doing kind of a house church with people that were coming to shows at the time, and I had this kind of feeling like, oh no, if somebody starts a house church, somebody's going to want to start singing, and if somebody starts singing, I'm going to leave. And so it's either I do it or I'm not there. So So
that's interesting to me. You were saying that you weren't interested. Was it that you weren't interested in subpar music, or that you weren't interested in like what people were going to be bringing? Like, I don't want to sing the same old boring stuff, so I'm going to do something more unique or interesting. Or what angle, when you say that, what are you thinking of?
Well, so growing up in the Baptist church and going to camps and all that stuff, I already knew the set list. It was like, I love you, Lord. It was like As the Deer. Right. It was like, or like if somebody wanted to get really edgy, it'd be sing hallelujah to the Lord, and then it would be the other parts.
Yes, it's a really minor key. Wow.
Or if you did that,
we did that.
Humble ourselves in the sight of the Lord, and He, So I knew this set list. I'm like going, if I hear these songs one more fucking time, I'm going to start beating people up.
Right.
And so it wasn't even so much that I thought this music was subpar. I mean, again, on some level, I love those songs, but it's kind of like we are surrounded by people that write music. Mm-hmm. Can't we figure out how to do that really uncomfortable thing and figure out what it would mean to sing like this in this setting for the people that are wanting it? And
like,
not
let's
everybody
be who we are.
Yeah.
What's authentic? Let's not import something from somewhere else.
That's it. And why? And yes, exactly. Why rest on their laurels when we can be like fully making our own laurels?
What about our laurels? Yeah.
Yeah, my laurels are as good as anybody else's laurels. There's your title right there.
Feel them.
Yes, all right, bro.
Yeah.
My laurels.
My laurels.
Maybe explore some chords that aren't G, C, and D.
Yeah, no, that's
crazy.
Yeah, so exactly. No, I mean and so when I started playing music there, now, so one of the things like you'll probably get a kick out of this. I learned that you can do this thing with AI where you can make you can have like a conversation with it, or just say do a mock podcast about this, and it'll come up with a script, and then with one of the services that I have, you can just read it aloud. So I just would feed it like I would write a bunch of stuff about just like the history of music and history, my history, and just say, all right, write a podcast about this, and then read it to me. So one of the things came up that I realized that I do is, number one, I don't know when to quit, even when something's long overdue. And number two, I do some like role squatting. So like you see, you can do a certain thing, and because of the fear of being replaced or forgotten or discarded, I'll just squat on something way longer and kind of man spread, or worship spread, or whatever you would call it, and make it really hard for anybody else to bring their own stuff, or even just kind of set a tone. They're like, this is legitimate, this is authentic, Right. So what you're saying, Brock, is like, oh, what's authentic? It started as a really beautiful thing, I think, but then it kind of codified, and which to me is just as just as problematic as any of the other furniture, placement that people do in the Christian church. I don't think it's it's not any more progressive. So, but in that era, we wrote a bunch of songs, and there were a ton of bands at that time. There was like probably 10 or 15 bands worth of musicians and singers and stuff that were all a part of this house church. And that was actually when I met Glenn Galloway from Soul Junk, because our friend Lloyd subscribed to the College Music Journal, and they had a little blurb in the College Music Journal about Soul Junk. And if you don't know anything about Soul Junk is this offshoot of Truman's Water, and Glenn Galloway went to do. He did some like a kind of a side project at first, and then he started doing it full time, where he's just writing songs where most of the words are either derived directly from the Bible or direct Bible verses, and but set to this really crazy music and really avant-garde outsider stuff, and
very much so.
And then Lloyd found out that they were coming to town, and then he came and hung out with us at the house church, and it was great. Glenn that taught me about playing in an open E tuning, which for me was the biggest deal, because you can play chords like you can just do this chord where you're just like right, but then you can do. My favorite is the minor. And it's just super easy. But he came in and he started playing stuff, and we would play on his songs, and then he brought us into this radio show that he got asked to do, and that ended up on like a compilation, Drinking from Puddles compilation, and Elliott Smith's on that compilation, and all these huge Portland bands are on this compilation, and we're the closer with this song. It's like, oh yeah, Jesus is so sweet, like sweet, sweet to my soul. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That was like the classic, right? That was the one. It was the hidden track on the 5 Minute Walk release,
right?
But that song had been around for a while.
Yeah, no, it was 1996 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, so you kind of got into doing that kind of music that would be like rethinking this, which is a completely different avenue than if you're doing like the worship scene or you're doing Christian music. It's like, what does it mean when we're like actually actively seeking after this thing, whatever it is, but admitting to our doubts and admitting to our like we have no idea what to do with this. And Sappo was kind of leaning in that direction already. And then in '98, my wife and I, Angie, we started writing music together, and we started doing music for this newly started church called The Bridge, under the moniker Agents of Future. We wrote a lot of songs. We were like 80 songs for that community, and that went on for like 16 years. And some of the songs are some of the most incredible songs that I could have ever hoped to write. And so I'll send you guys links for that stuff. But again, in the same vein, in that whole thing where everybody's so they're sticking the muds about like what is authentic. So on one hand, you have the authenticity police, but then on the other hand, you have like the orthodox, and there's everybody's sticking the muds. So when I would be at TomFest, I'm like, oh, this is the most boring thing. I don't like the fact I want to infuse it with like some more craziness, or like I want to do a film night, or I want to do like this or that, and in the early days it just was kind of like a bunch of guys playing, screaming, and then occasionally horns, and I'm like, and I was just like, man, just come up with something new and different. And I also just was like, I just want to enjoy my life. I don't want to have to feel like I've got to justify every piece of music I do through this lens of, Christ legitimacy, and because it really made me, it was making me bitter, and I could feel it. And so when we did the practice, the infamous practice where everybody changed instruments, and Matt was like, let's do some funk, and then Mikey went to the drums, and there was nobody at the microphone. Matt was just like, go sing something, and I'm like, okay, I'll just sing whatever. And I sang some stuff over their funk riffs, and Matt was like, that was pretty cool. What were you singing? I was just like, oh, lines I could think of from Star Wars. He's like, oh, dude, that's what we got to do.
Yes.
I'm like, what? What do you mean? He's like, yeah, no, just, and then it just steamrolled. It was just like, you got to do this, and then you got to dress up, and then the album's got to look like the album from, the font's got to be, the whole thing.
Yep. Yeah.
And, it seemed like a total no-brainer. And as small as the Portland scene was, it just felt kind of like we were meant to be a party band. That was just all it was. We never would have thought it would have gone anywhere else. And I mean, we definitely all had more serious projects.
Gotta ask here for Kevin and for Pete and for Jared, like, when did you hear about Twin Sister? Because I'm assuming all of you at one point would have heard something about this, like it spread.
I was in college, I think, when I heard about it. But I mean, I was also, I was getting a ton of that stuff from like the Northwest as well. I had some Sappo. I had all sorts of stuff that like I would just order from wherever I could find it, either mail order or through like Rad Rockers and stuff like that. Or just, friends from the Northwest, I'd be like, bring me back stuff.
That's really cool.
Right.
Is that the case for the other two? Yeah.
I mean, I was late. I was a little bit later to the game because we didn't really have a ton going on in high school. I mean, we had all your mates. I had CCM magazine, and we had maybe Relevant. I didn't even have Seven Ball until I found it somewhere, and then I'm like, I want more of this. So probably when I found it was college, but I'm a little bit younger than Kevin, and so it was a few years later than that, I'd say. So right towards the end of college, when I worked for a Christian radio station, our college radio station, we had a little Sappo in there. But I didn't have Twin Sister, but I found it later.
Yeah, that's for cool. Me, it was, a lot of, you find one album that's, unique, and you go through the, okay, who do they thank? Whose shirts are they wearing? Okay, now I got to track that down. Yep. A lot of special orders from the Christian bookstore, and a lot of, do you have this band? And they say, who? But yeah, a lot of that stuff, it was like, oh, this is very different. Some of this is like really weird. So like when I had those friends out, on the West Coast, it was find me the weird stuff. Bring that back next semester when you come back.
I'll tell you, man, if I only could have. Okay, so this is a story, and so forgive me, but I think this story is going to really tie into this whole thing and the love of collecting and finding the stuff. So the first few years of TomFest, I was kind of in charge of finding the unsigned acts and finding the cream of the crop of the demos that would come in, and there were hundreds of demos. And my favorite one by far was by this band out of Kelowna, BC, called Rock Band. And
I love their video game. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how they made their money, but they really loved just making those cassettes.
That's cool.
The hand-drawn cassettes really was where their first love was.
Huh.
So they would just, so it was like, it was so clear that this was going to be my favorite band in this pile. And no offense to the other people in the pile, but they were just like by far the greatest. And then there was another band that came up that they were so earnest, and you get these grunge bands that are so earnest, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean like, but also because you don't know anything else about like how to sing differently, or maybe you're not, you're so into Eddie Vedder and you got the Jarl down, and you might as well use it if you've got it, flaunt it, right? There was this band that sang about smoke the peace pipe, inhale deeply, draw the life inside, and I was like, okay, and so it became this joke in the office. How you doing? Are you smoking the peace pipe? Yeah. Are you inhaling deeply? Are you drawing the life inside? Yeah. And I mean, it was just kind of like there were so many bands that were kind of in that same vein, but that was the one that stood out always because we would just use it as sort of a banter. And so we go to so we're touring with Sappo, and we decided to do a free Canadian tour. and using some of the Velvet Blue contacts, and just looking at other people's tour routing. It was really tricky getting over the Canadian border, and we got to the first stop in this college in Calgary. There was like 13 people there, and the opener hits the stage. Smoke the peace pipe. I'm like,
it was them.
What?
You'd never like
Black
seen them in
Crimson
person.
Gold.
Yeah. Like, you are our heroes.
Yeah, and we were just like, oh yes. It was, they were legendary, and it was just greatest. And and then we get to actually tour 2 dates with Rock Band, and that was so great. But one of the dates was in Clearwater, BC. This is before we got together with Rock Band, and in Clearwater, BC, that was where we met the Colemans. And some of you guys know who the Colemans are. But Luke Coleman was kind of the godfather of legitimate, authentic Christian underground in Clearwater, BC. And he showed me his, same like Kevin. So he had like all of the collection he had, and he's in this tiny town in British Columbia, and he's got 5 times as many CDs as I have, and he's like, oh, whatever. I'm like, hey, did you? And we're coming through his town, and he's like, did you ever listen to our album? He's like, yeah, it's okay.
It's all
we're playing to your 19 friends, pal.
Oh, no.
And we drove 3 hours to get here.
The correct answer is, you're our favorite band.
You're the greatest.
That's right.
Yeah. So we played at the ice cream shop there. That was cool. And then we played our last 2 gigs with the Rock Band. Man, it was the greatest. I love that band so much. I'll have to. They're on Spotify, I think.
It's nice when stuff like that makes it to like the modern, like accessible streaming world or whatever, where it's like you can actually hear the stuff. Like, I just had that with this artist from Seattle, Mark Olson, who for years and years. Are you familiar?
I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Now that like it's on like Apple Music and Spotify and everything, like, I don't know who did it, because I don't think he's really interested in his musical career, but somebody put it out there, and I've been recommending it to people for years. Like, this is the coolest like indie underground. Like, it's so like, well, it. How would you describe it? Like, it's just like really sparse, like almost like Elliott Smith with a little bit more rhythm, maybe. It's something that hasn't been online for like ever. It was like maybe like one guy had like the whole album, like a 45-minute YouTube video, and that was the only way you could listen to it electronically, unless you had the CD, which you found for 50 cents in Second Avenue Records, which is how I found it. And there was like a whole box, so I bought like all of them, and I gave them to all my friends. I'm like, you got to listen to this. It's a great record.
That's cool.
But like, we're finally in the point where at some point Rock Band is on streaming, and you're like, finally I can listen to this.
So true. So true. I mean, the thing about the CD thing too, like we apparently, I mean, we got mechanical royalties for the Kindred Spearmint album, but the true story is no one really liked it except for a few Portland people. We sold like 1,200, and then they were all returned, and so they had like a 50,000 run, and I was like, I had a friend, Bradley Swanson, who worked at the distributor, and we're like, dude, get me these CDs. I mean, who else is it going to matter to? Like, but me. I mean, I'll pay some money for them. I mean, don't just throw them in the landfill or like hand them out to whoever. Just like give me.
Anyway, some meaning here.
I never got them.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
So
no, I have exactly one Sappo CD, and I have exactly one Sappo cassette, which we make cassettes, which that was pretty cool.
I think John just gave me one of the cassettes too, which is also shrink wrapped, which means I haven't played it yet.
Come on!
I'm gonna break that thing open as soon as I get home. I'm breaking.
I think I pushed for the cassette. I pushed for the cassette because I don't think people were making them really in '97. Like that wasn't
at that time. Everybody still had a cassette deck in their car, probably. Right?
That's true.
Like,
that's true. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something. This is again visual for audio media, which is really.
We
great.
love it here.
But
describe it.
So I ripped out these pages out of the Star Wars Insider magazine because I just didn't want to lose them. But we sent a CD, a Twin Sister CD, to the Star Wars fan club, and they have this magazine called the Star Wars Insider, and I can't track down the date per se, but I think it's probably right before episode 1.
Okay.
And so
fervor was hot.
Some of you probably, some of you, yeah, we just mentioned how Boba Fett was like for legal reasons or whatever, but but what actually happened was I called, I don't even know how I found the number, but I called Lucasfilm's legal department.
Hey, George. Yeah.
And I said, yeah, can you patch me in to C-3PO? And I said, could you, because, you know, he's handling legal. I mean, if anybody's going to handle the legal department, it would be a 3PO. So I asked the legal department, and they were like, I'm like, would you, you know, just hypothetically, if a character name made its way into a band name, would you do anything about it? They're like, oh, yeah, we would absolutely seek litigation.
Grind you into the ground.
I'm
yeah.
like, oh! And this was right when Frank Tate was saying that he was going to sign us or whatever. And so we were kind of trying to figure out what should we do. And our biggest song was the song Ben, where it has that line, I have a right to see my twin sister. So twin sister made the most sense.
Oh, I love it.
But here's what's hilarious is this is a Star Wars Insider Star Wars Rocks article. And let me go through this, shall we?
Let's do it.
Number
Please.
1, best band hopelessly devoted to Star Wars, Twin Sister.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Best Star Wars songs I never knew existed. And then they go down the list of all this stuff. Best bands that did, you know, there was like there's a whole list of 70 songs with Star Wars characters in the title.
Ooh.
Yoda by Liquid Plumber, Banana Royale Records, 1995. Boba Fett, unreleased CD, because their name was Boba Fett.
Right.
Oh.
Yoda Lady from 20 Golden Showers by Bubonic.
How many?
20.
Only 20.
That's a lot. I mean, for
Bente! Bente Golden Showers.
yes, by volume, that's a lot.
Darth Vader Helmet. That's the name of the band. Darth Vader Helmet.
So hey, legal. Where you at?
So I was like, okay, so 3PO got his wires crossed. Anyway, so I thought that was funny. So I'll scan those in too.
That's
But
awesome.
but yeah, anyway, I have plenty of stories. I could be here all night.
I dig it. I mean, I think it's interesting to me that like it's kind of it's an interesting crossover because like I can't think of another as well connected crossover between independent Christian music from the 90s and like Star Wars. Like I don't feel like that happened in a lot of other places in Christian music. Like, you know, and it wasn't that Twin Sister was like overtly Christian, but it was connected to the scene. And it was like, you know, anyone who knew about your band initially, at least, like they knew about you from live shows in Portland, or they knew about you from, you know, festival shows or that sort of thing. Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a funny thing is that I would have thought that I thought the Five Iron people would be more cool with Twin Sister. Like we would be like more buds about stuff, but
yeah.
Reese hurt my feelings one time, and this is only a fake. This is a fake beef, but it is a beef.
We love fake
but
beef.
I would never. Yeah, fake beef is the best, but it's a fake beef because he didn't know any better, and so. But I think I told you. So I told you I'm like I want to do fun things at Tom Festival instead of just the same old things, and so I put together like a film night, and I was on AOL. Tracking down Christian filmmakers.
Yeah.
And one of the Christian filmmakers that popped up was Scott Derrickson, who went on to direct Doctor Strange. And and he did this Screw Tape Letters kind of video. It was like a 20-minute student film, and he got like Led Zeppelin soundtrack to be okay, which is not an easy thing.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, and
Wow.
it was really great, and I got him to send me a copy of this. So I had like probably a half a dozen or so like legitimately good like indie films that I was showing at this film festival.
Oh wow.
And Reese was like, "Hey, I heard you're doing the film festival thing." I'm like going, "Uh-huh." He's like, "Yeah, I got something I want to bring into the film festival." I'm like, "Okay, that sounds great." Nobody was coming to the film festival. No one cared about it. But when Reese came in, he's getting all his buddies, and there was like 40 people in there in the art barn, and watching his video, and it was basically just him putting a Snickers bar in a toilet and pulling it out of the toilet and just eating it and going, ah! And I was like, that was the opener. And then everybody else left, and I was playing the rest of the film night. I'm like, you son of a bitch. I worked hard on this.
Oh no. Oh no.
So if he wants to come back and say he's sorry for that, I would respectfully decline.
I was going to say we'll see what we can do, but I'm not sure what we can do about it.
Yeah, no, he'd have to pay me back in Snickers.
Okay, right.
We wouldn't want to know where those came from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I will know if I get anything in the mail that looks like that. What's going on? Yeah.
I think like the 5 iron thing was always they were more Star Trek anyways, right? Like I feel like Star Trek was more the fandom, and Star Wars, like those two apparently never shall meet.
Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah, Mikey, the office, Tom Festival office was like, Mikey kept buying a bunch of Star Trek stuff, and then he would occasionally buy me stuff to put on my sad little wall because he was paying me slave wages. So, but I don't mind. It was a great time. I was being a fly on the wall, all those shows. It gave me it actually gave me what I was setting out to get anyway, which was getting kind of my chops with like what's the logistical know-how that it takes to run a venue, to do shows. And it turns out you need nothing. You need no technical know-how at all. If you have a couch in a garage on the I-5, you have a venue.
Amazing.
And yeah, so but when I went on to do other things, I got asked to do this other venue, and we started doing the Meow Meow. I really my goal was to make a venue that was similar to a venue that I went to when I was 19 in Portland called the X-Ray Cafe, and I've said this at every podcast because I don't want it ever to be lost in the archives of history. I want it to be on the forefront of everybody's mind because what Benjamin Arthur Ellis and Trace Shannon did in that moment in time to kind of galvanize the outsider, queer, outcast community of that in that time, I don't think anybody could really quantify. And so for me, as growing up as a church kid, my first punk rock show in Portland, that was a secular one, was
Dangerous.
Well, I went with Matt Zimmerman, and I just was like, this is what the promise of all my upbringing of Christendom can never deliver on. It was like, it was such a direct line to compassion and inclusivity and justice, everything.
And how did that show up? Like, what did you notice when you were there that kind of made those things stick out?
Well, I just felt like everybody was more free than I'd ever been. And I thought I was pretty free, I guess. It wasn't even that. It was just they came in and they just felt like unabashedly themselves. And I think that today it still feels like, a lot of kids in their, teens and 20s and whatnot are just like, they're just trying on new Instagram filters because, which is fine. They have, everybody has to find that thing that's authentic to them. But I do feel like that they're not even really all that invested in it. And some of them are. I mean, like you go to a Comic-Con or whatever, you know how invested people are.
Yeah,
But,
right.
but yeah, it kind of it felt like not only was it celebrated there, but it's like there was just people found each other in a really amazing way. X-Ray Cafe was changed my life, and really is the reason why I did Meow Meow, because I learned that that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted, whatever I did, to look like. And
So did it feel like when you were putting Meow Meow together, did it feel like it was an uphill battle? Because like you're booking people from largely from a subculture, like you're kind of making a space for people who have some of the issues that you're trying to work against. Maybe you're trying to open up this inclusivity and trying to make it more accepting or more of a space where people could be. Like, did it feel like it was a challenge when you put the Meow Meow together?
no, I had more clarity doing Meow Meow than I think I ever had, because I knew that I was, it was the other way around. It's like I was going to be a venue first, and if Christian bands wanted to play it, okay, but I was a venue first.
Yeah, and many did, but you were just making space for the show to happen, as opposed to like
Right.
an altar call to happen or something like that.
Yeah, no, I would never do that. I mean, that's the thing is, like, I think I saw at the X-ray, I said, okay, when there's an end game, then you have a problem. When there's an end game and there's a sense that that the only value these people have are, their acknowledgement of a certain belief system, I was like, that's absolutely bankrupt. And I felt that then. I couldn't articulate it as well, but I saw it again and again, that if you just sat down next to any of these people, and we did like, over 1,100 shows at Meow Meow, and if you just sat next to these people, you'd realize it's like, oh, okay, every single story has grief and beauty and loss and passion and fire and fervor and all this stuff, and my story is not any better than theirs, and I don't need it to be. And I didn't feel the urgency that was put on me by the church when I was growing up, and so I just abandoned it. And it wasn't even deconstruction for me. It never was constructed to begin with. It wasn't it wasn't that strong of a foundation. I looked around and it just said, yeah, no, this doesn't make any sense. Sure, do I believe that Jesus loves me? Do I believe that all these different things? There was a simplicity of like going, yeah, okay, he can love me all he wants. That's fine. That's great. Good for him.
Yep.
But I don't.
That's what he does.
But yeah,
It's kind of his deal, right?
this guy bleeds and he loves. I mean, what is makes food and he gives it the food to the guys. I gotta tell him he's a swell fella. I recommend him. That's what it is. It's not evangelism. I give him my Yelp review is 5 stars. Hands down, some of the best fish I've ever had.
And that bread.
And leftovers for the family. You can't beat that.
That bread. Oh, that bread.
Takes me back. All right, yeah. But it sure bled a lot, that guy. Holy cow. Slipping around in it. So yeah, and I mean, I never really felt the need to put on airs about like where I was at with church or whatever, and again with the bridge and with Agents of Future, I was just like, let's just explore this, and when it stops getting fun, we'll just stop it. But it was fun for a long time. It was more fun than I was expecting.
And it seems like across your life, you've been making space for people to exist that doesn't have an agenda, right? Like I'm assuming that the bridge was probably similar. That like obviously the bridge was more like it was more focused maybe in some senses, but that if you're making is it fair to call it an outsider church? Like you're putting together a space where like as many of the negative aspects of the religious structure are stripped away from it, and it's just a place for people to connect.
Well, like if you meet an anarchist community, or you're in, there's always indoctrination. You can't really get away from it. So it's just like, which indoctrination are you choosing? You know what I mean? It's like, it really is. You aren't going to get away from being indoctrinated, really.
Right.
And so I I'm not going to pretend like the bridge wasn't some. Again, like I said before, it's that I do feel like the sense of feeling like my version of authenticity is better in some way. I think that what we were trying to do was we were trying to do something would fit for everybody that was there. It was a very contextual thing. That's why, like, when people go, "Oh, would you ever sing Agents of Future songs now?" Now that the bridge has been gone for like 12 years, I was like, well, it was born out of a context. I can't really think of, it's akin to, and I'm not saying that our songs are like this, but it's akin to when you sing civil rights songs that were written during that period and trying to have the same energy around it. Some of those, I'm like, We Shall Overcome will never be another, it'll always have the weight to me.
Right.
But there's a lot of songs that were written in that time that outside of that context, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And that's fine. It doesn't have to be a crossover hit. We don't care. Sure. Would I like to not have to have any other job, but to just like write a worship hit and just like, my laurels again,
Yep.
sure. But I wasn't really seeking that out. I mean, that's not true. I think I definitely was a pick me for a while, that I was, trying to like find the right like angle so that that people would like what we were doing, and nobody liked what we were doing because we were too Christian for anybody doing weird shit, and we were too weird for people that were doing the Christian shit. We were putting everybody off. The one time that we ever did something weird and we were like in the right place at the right time, Angie and I backed up this guy, Aaron Strumpel, and he's a dear friend of mine. And Aaron, I got to produce two of his albums are out and one that's not released yet. And he asked us to play because he got asked to do the Festival of Faith and Music at Calvin College. And so Angie and I came to play, and I just did my thing, which is usually kind of a ripoff of what I saw Sam Coombs from Quasi do, which is just like smash your instrument, smash your piano, jump up and down, do just a punk rock version of just kind of tackling all music with that same kind of fervor. And then Angie playing the drums, and then she's playing the typewriter. It's crazy. You probably saw it if you saw the video. I posted it up. I think I posted it on that document that was there. But and then we were just an opener for like Over the Rhine or something, and there was we had like a 5-minute standing ovation after our set, and we couldn't do another song because we hadn't learned another song. But also they wanted us off, but they were still clapping when they were carting all the stuff off, and I was like, wow, okay, I guess maybe it makes sense to somebody. But we never really got that. We never really got that sense that anything that we did really made a impact outside of our community. So I just was like, oh well. So I ended up going back to school and becoming a teacher, which has its own challenges, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
What have you been? What do you teach for our listeners?
I'm a music teacher. Awesome. Yeah, I'm a music teacher.
Oh, cool.
But what I did was I took some of the things I love to do, which I like. I'm very nerdy around tech stuff. I got into making music with my iPhone back in 2011 when I turned 40.
Let's go.
I was like, everybody come to my birthday party and pool money together so I can get an iPod Touch.
Yes.
The tiniest little thing. Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
I
Yeah.
got it. It's on my. Hold on, I gotta find it. It's on my desk. Look at this guy. Look at how dinky that is.
That guy.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
He's the cutest. I wish I had named him. I should have named him. Shoot. That's a.
Is it the first generation?
No, it's fourth generation.
Fourth.
Yeah, but it was cool because you could plug in. I did a whole. I recorded all the keyboards for the last Agents of Future album on this, and Daniel Syme from Phenomena produced both the Steve Taylor and the Perfect Foil album and our album at the same time, which was pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah.
There were little things that happened where I was like, you know what, I want to sing it like this from the Pixies on the Pixies Doolittle album where he's screaming tame and he's just like, ah! I want to scream like that on on this song, and then he told me later, Danny was like, I told Steve to do the same thing on that one song. And I was like, oh, yeah, awesome. So I had a say in it a little bit. So that was cool.
We need a producer credit for you.
Yeah, I don't know. We can write it in with your Sharpies.
I'm going to do that. I'll do that on my copy.
But I got into iOS music, and then as iPads came out, I started doing things like Bluetooth. You can send Bluetooth MIDI.
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And I was able to. I got so into it that by 2015, I had figured out a way to daisy chain 15 different MIDI signals from just like three into one, then three of those into another one. And I had 15 signals going to one destination point. 15 MIDI signals from 15 different instruments going to one phone. And you could record all of the MIDI information.
Oh, wow.
It actually worked. I was like, yes. And I had a bunch of middle schoolers help me figure it out. And
that's good education. Yeah.
Yeah. See, exactly.
Oh,
right?
That's sweet. That's really cool.
Yeah. And then recently, just like in the last 3 years, I've gotten into VR. And so right now, what I'm doing is I'm offering people a chance to do like one-on-one VR and iPad art and music lessons over the summer because I lost my church music playing gig that I had for 6.5 years. I was playing old hymns and stuff for this gay church in town.
But and I did see your ad about the summer program, and I think that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the one Carmen posted.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely what I want to. I want to see if there's any interest in that, because the VR thing is, I don't know, you guys, it's hot shit, and I don't know if anybody has them, but if you have kids that do that kind of stuff, get them onto this app called Patchworld.
Okay.
Because I was an early adopter. I'm always an early adopter. I basically am just like looking around, and when something is like, oh, that's it, and then I'm like totally, I'm 100% in. I'm an evangelist for anything I'm into,
Yeah, right. No, me too. I understand that.
Yeah. And so, what's that?
Is that on PS4? Because I have VR for PS4.
No, you know what they had? I was such an early adopter and such a geek for it that I as soon as I found out they were coming to the States and doing a table at like computer electronics conferences, you know what I mean? I would say, look, I'll table because I know what that means, a table. I'm one of those guys. I know how to table. So I'm like, I will table if I could just get them to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Because they're like developers and whatnot. And oh yeah, they were courting everybody. They were courting like PlayStation. PlayStation reps were coming to Patchworld's like tables and stuff like that, and never really amounted to anything. Even Apple was coming over.
Right.
But I think they're only on Pico, on Vive, and they just released a Steam version.
Oh,
so you can do a PC VR thing.
Okay.
So, but I use it on I just have a Quest 3. It even works on a Quest 2, but it kind of taxes it. But it's a multiplayer. So I've been doing a weekly workshop where I just got done with the 147th. I've done 147 of them. And,
okay, cool.
Yeah, and we just get together, and people that are on that VR app, we make music together because it's
that's cool.
Because you bring in these devices and they all affect the. I could describe it for you, but it's better to just go there.
And that's been one of the things. Oh, go ahead.
No, go, Brett. Brock. No, please.
Okay, all right. I was just going to say it's been one of the things that's been difficult because I know, like, especially in the lockdown, like pandemic years, everybody was like, "Oh, I wish we could play instruments together." And in general, it's real difficult to play like traditional instruments over the internet together. But you're describing a situation in which, like, it sounds like the latency is low, and you have the ability to interact or at least to create together.
Yeah. And that was my question. It's like with the lag and with everything else, that's cool that it's kind of like the latency's low, so you can actually interact.
They're kind of doing a shell game with that because
okay,
you can probably go with you could pay like services, I think, to do like full on like audio stuff. It's a little less around the audio part of it. Although,
Okay.
you know, I can talk and interact with people and say, hey, do this, patch this together, because it's like modular. It's like modular
okay.
keyboarding, and there is some like real time. Like if I play use my controllers or even my hand tracking, I can play the instruments and people can hear it. You know, but it's a little different. It's a little. It's not like I could plug my guitar in; they could hear that. If that makes sense.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
But they have a sequencer you set up, so like, you know, somebody's coming in and they can sequence something, and then I can see what they've sequenced, and we're all like building this together. But it's so much more than that. It's more like, it's like sitting in a room and you're decorating the room with music and art and everything together. It's been really fun. I enjoy it, and so the kids love it. I mean, they it's kind of hard because it's so amazing that like you put the headset on them and they're like, oh, you know, what's happening, you know, and then like, and they just want to stay on it forever. And I'm like, well, yeah, I gotta get. I'm kind of
immersive.
Yeah, I'm kind of the dealer in that way. I'm like, I'm giving you a little first taste for free. but yeah, no, I enjoy it. It's fun, and just being in the classroom is super fun too. I've been teaching them how to read charts, write these very simple songs, you know, using syllabic structure, and I've been teaching them how to arrange songs, and this is from kindergarten on to 5th grade, you know. So it's been fun. I really enjoy it, and I'm really lucky. You know, one of the schools that I work at is just right like a block from my house, so.
Well, I think it's cool because my parents were teachers, but they were teachers before the internet age per se, right?
Oh yeah.
So like we had Apple IIe's and we did Debugger,
Yes.
we did Oregon Trail, and you know we did all that stuff, but we didn't. My dad was a Thai TV. We call it Thai TV. He was a television like local cable access teacher.
Oh, whoa.
So he would. With his students, he would like tape sports games. They would do a local TV show. They would do
there were actual texts for that?
Like the actual text for like they had in the high school, and I got to go into that program with him, and like it was a cool like that hands-on feeling. Like with VR now, I feel like if we had been able to continue that, or if the school had people to continue that would have been like we would have been where you guys are, like one of the guys ahead of it on the East Coast, right? So
sure.
It's so cool to hear that about the VR side of stuff and what you're doing with that. We did the whole linear tape to tape editing. That's what we were doing.
Yeah,
you know?
that's for real. That stuff's for real.
Right.
Splicing and everything. That's so cool.
And my dad started laughing. I mean, we still have. I mean, he's passed a few years ago, but we still have the linear tape to tape. Like he has a whole shack
with the viewer and stuff like that. Oh my god, the whole. You got to take pictures of that. I want to see that.
Well, next time I'm home, it's still there. He was an amateur radio operator, so on one side of the shack he has amateur radio equipment.
Wow.
On the other side of the shack, it's all editing. It's a whole editing bay. So he would edit the church services after he retired. He would still do like sports games for the high school. So it's cool to go back and see all these tapes, tapes. And I'm at that point now where I'm trying to start to think about digitizing everything and bringing it up with this age, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
also letting other people see it,
VR,
right? I mean, like letting other people see it too. It's
right.
like
exactly.
No one else can see these things. I mean, like I have.
Right.
We had a group of people that came and visited the bridge in 2005 from Texas, and we ran into one of the guys at this event called Solarize in Minneapolis, run by Spencer Burke. You can look all that up later. His name's Dave Guerrero, and he does like this liquid. It's hard to describe it. You know, like the '60s liquid kind of like light shows and stuff like that.
Yes.
With the oils and stuff.
Yep.
That stuff blows my mind, and it's still that analog, thing. But it's like he's using a digital camera and then using things to manipulate it. And he was the first one that he showed me He showed me different video mixing styles, and Rick Lopez, his buddy, they were showing me all this stuff. And I'm like, oh man, this is blowing my mind. And they also use this thing called Archaeos. I think it was called Archaeos or something like that. But it was like an early VJ equipment stuff. But they were the ones they took like 15 DV tapes of Agents of Future stuff, bridge services and everything. And this just laying in the back. I can't even do anything with it. But like, I really want to make like a documentary, but it's like, it's just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's all, and you're right. It's all this old, like tape, old equipment that I don't want to get rid of because that's history, you know. Right. And I I was back home here a couple weeks ago for my mom's birthday, and I had people reaching out to me after I was already back here looking for tapes from for reunions and stuff. And I'm like, man, now this is when I want to get up there and take some time and go up and just digitize what I can. And you know, it's because that history, I don't want it lost, especially those old tapes. Like, there's so much great stuff. Just like with music, you know, there's so much music out there that because it got digitized and because it's out there now, you know, the archivists, we can hear it. That's what I'm trying to do for our, you know, the high school and the community and all these old programs that, you know, that are on VHS. They're there. Yeah. But and then like old reel-to-reel tapes and that kind of stuff with
reel-to-reel tapes are great. Yeah,
interviews my dad did with my great-grandfather and stuff like that. Like all this old media that I want to get up to this age so I can still experience it and others can experience it.
Yeah. It's not fair to keep it. Not fair to hoard it.
That's right.
Hide it under a bushel. Pete.
Yeah, no. I want to let it shine.
Right. Can I sing you guys? Can I sing you guys a song?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you ever have anybody sing?
Only one other person.
One time,
Let's go.
So I wanted to tell you a quick story about this group over here. I'm a part of this band called the Garbage Chute Flyboys.
Oh,
Jared, you'll understand where the reference is from.
Jared, it's Star Wars.
Fair enough.
But this,
awesome. Well
this
done.
is it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome. In '91, those buddies of mine from college decided to invite me to go record songs. They said, and by that time, 1991, I was 20 years old. I know how to write a song. And they're like, it's not like that. You don't do that. You don't just go and write a song. And they're like, no, come and write songs with us. And so Jeff Overstreet and James Proctor, the two of them were in a room at Seattle Pacific University, and they're like, we're going to write this song. And so we write this song, and it's based on a poem that James did. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then what else do we do? Is that all you guys do? And you're like, oh, you can just write a song about anything. Grab that book off the wall. It's Hop on Pop. And I'm like, well, what chords do I use? And they're like, just do whatever. And then hit record. And that was it. So they hit record, and then our song was the moment between the recording being started and then the recording stopping. And then we'd go back and listen to all the songs that we had done in that way, our entire session. And so they created this method for me that I've gone on to use in my classroom, to use with friend groups, and do all this sorts of stuff. And as a matter of fact, Sappo's biggest song is a Garbage Chute Flyboy song that was written in the moment. And so I wanted to play it. Surrounded by cotton and wax, my friends used to talk to me, but now they lay silent. I liked them the way they were. I didn't want them to change, no. So I came by with a plan in mind. I guess I made my motives plain, yeah. Taxidermy got the best of me. Taxidermy got the best of me. Taxidermy got the best of me. But I am no less of a man. Wrote that song in 3 minutes.
That's cool.
And it became so the big. It's what I'm learning is, make minimal effort. Start a band you don't care about. Write a song in 3 minutes. Those will be the biggest hits that you ever do. The best successes you'll ever have. It's the times when we spend so much time agonizing over it that it never gives you the return that you were hoping for, right?
Right.
So just do as many cast-off things, create as much goofy shit that you can come up with. And that's going to probably feel more authentic to more people than the thing that you're the most serious about. I would imagine.
Yeah, let it out. And like it sounds like you were saying too, having a rhythm of creativity where you're just doing it and recording it.
Yeah.
And figuring out like because it, like you say, if you sit on it, it's the late stage U2 problem where like,
oh my gosh,
they're so focused on this has to be the next big thing that it never comes out.
Well, it's all slogans. Everything's a slogan, and it doesn't feel real. It never doesn't feel as close to, what they're after because they're so. I mean, at this point, it's like they're navel gazing. They're navel gazing. There's your title. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing is that it's if we normalize just screwing things up for our kids too, because I think that's the other side of that's the dark side of the filters and the GLP-1 and all this other stuff is that it can't look bad. It can't look messy. There was a kid in the class today. I can't do this stuff. I said, let me ask you this. Do you play video games? Yeah. Okay, so when you're playing a brand new video game and you can't quite get it, do you erase the app? No. I'm like, no, you don't. You keep playing until you figure it out. That's life.
Right.
So if you're sitting in the corner saying you can't do something, it's like the same thing as when you first got, when we first got that video game. You aren't going to know it. You aren't going to know it. And if you normalize that mess on the way, then kids will start feeling like they can do something, but there is just that edge, man, that they just think they have to be perfect at it. And I think that comes from us. That's our fault. That's on us,
right?
Because we're normal. We are the normalizers. So if we can normalize the goofiness, they'll hack it.
Yeah.
You're wearing the shirt. We saw each other at the Steve Taylor show. I got to ask you, how was the show, and what do you like about Steve Taylor?
Okay, so here's the thing. On paper, Steve Taylor really shouldn't make sense. But he gets up on stage. No, really.
So true.
But when he gets up on stage, he's undeniable. And I even like listening to the album, sometimes I'm like going, yeah, it's just not gonna. I mean, I get what he's doing, and then when he does it, I can't but be drawn into it, and that's the thing. I think there's something about that. He carries with him that authenticity that we're kind of all seeking.
Yeah.
None of it is a put on.
Right.
And he did this run of songs where it was just like Jim Morrison's Grave, The Finish Line, Comedian, and I was just like, dude, he's tackled everything. He's tackled everything. People making, too much of themselves, to people. I mean, and he's a prophet. You know what I mean? He's saying the shit that people don't want to hear, and he's not making the big dollars doing it. And he's still high kicking at 67 or whatever.
Can you believe it?
I gotta say, if believe me, if I'm like that in 13 years, it'll be an absolute miracle.
Yeah.
Right.
And he just goes for it, and I've never seen him put on a half-ass show, and I just want to be that way. I want to be that person. I want to, you know what? And I was thinking about this. I ride an electric bike to work, and I was thinking about this on the bike ride. I said, I want to do things that like literally like whatever the website is that has the performance or whatever, or maybe it's this podcast. I want on my tombstone, I want a QR code to this podcast. You know what I mean? I want to live like whatever the last thing that I've done or whatever I've done is like something that I'm so proud of. I want everybody to be able to access it right away. Yeah. But it's like we are so cooped up by our own minds and our own fear to love ourselves and to love each other and all the things that guy was about. We're so cooped up and and we're so hurt by the things that people are saying that we can't get up from it. And I want to be like Steve Taylor. I want to be a guy that like I see these things and they're not going to get me down. I'm going to high kick all the way to the grave.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that's what I love about him the most. And that's what he showed me at the show. Like I've always felt that way, but like he definitely is always he's always been true to that. And I don't think anybody couldn't hope for anything more than that. I admire him for that.
Yeah. I hope that he does an East Coast run. I've never seen Steve Taylor in all my years that I've wanted to, and that would be awesome.
Yeah, he's definitely you'll never forget it.
Was it you that had the milk truck that Aaron was telling us about?
Yeah. So Mikey had a bunch of friends that were kind of like, oh, we got to go hit this guy up, and he'll help us with the electricity or whatever. He'll help us with this, and he had tons of friends. I think that he knew through his stepdad that was a pretty shrewd business person. We were talking with this. I can't remember his name. I apologize, whoever you are. But he had a lot next to his house. This electrician, and in the lot was this 1964 bread truck. And it was all white, empty. You open the sliding door on the passenger side. No other doors to the thing. Nothing else inside except for a seat and a steering column and a steering wheel and the stick shift. Nothing else. And I'm like, what are you doing with that thing? He's like, oh, I got the keys. You want it? I'm like, yeah. So he gives me this thing. So I'm driving around, and my parents live on a hill in Gresham, really tall hill in Gresham, and I was just driving back and forth to work. I don't remember if I either wrecked a car or did something. I don't know what I did. I had this van just driving around. We took my friend back home to Albuquerque. We didn't take him to Albuquerque. We took him to the airport. But it was so tall we couldn't get it through any of the normal parking lots, and it was a crew of us. Like half the house church got in the van, so there was like 18 of us in the back of the van, just piled. There's no chairs, just piled in the van.
Oh, that's great.
And and we get in, and one of the guys, Aaron Knoll, said he's like, oh, I used to deliver newspapers at the airport. I know where there's like a vendor entrance. So we go to the vendor entrance, and we go in. We see our buddy off. We're like, see you later, man. Hey, and that was when you could go up to the gate, And so we go back to the car. We all pile in, and the security guard just kind of inches behind us, and we're like, oh, great. And he opens the door, and he goes, I'm going to need to see some IDs. And I hand him a stack of IDs this big. I'll be back. And so he comes back and he's like, all right, you guys are go. We're like, that was it? You did all that paperwork for nothing? So yeah, it was cool. But that was the truck. I got up to my parents' house and it was starting to do this thing it was getting spongy.
Ooh.
And one of my parents' friends, Lloyd Farthing, was a mechanic, and I was like, "Hey, Lloyd, you gotta hook me up with some brake pads for this thing." He's like, "I don't know what kinds you need, and I don't have a ramp that'll hold that thing, so it'll be a couple weeks before I can get to it." I'm like, going, "Well, if you see my name in the paper, haven't lost my brakes, it's all your fault." And Probably the next couple of days later, I was turning the corner right by my folks' house, and I'm going down, I'm just careening down the hill.
Oh no!
And I'm just panicking, and there's just literally nothing to hold on to, and I'm not gonna throw myself from it, and I'm not gonna steer into a parked car, which is gonna make it worse or whatever. So I had no idea. And in the base of the hill, there's a house, and then there's also two lanes of traffic, going by, and then on the other side of the traffic, a super tall sidewalk and a ravine.
Oh Lord.
So
no hay bales. Come on.
Right, exactly. Where's my parachute? God damn it!
Right.
So I'm just like, at one point, halfway down the hill, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I literally just duck under, and just brace for impact, not knowing what was gonna happen.
Oh no!
And I roll up onto the driveway of the house and run into the side of the garage. And basically, the car, if you see the picture, is holding up that side of the garage.
Oh yeah!
And the woman comes out with her baby. It's like, and she's like, "What in the hell's happening?" And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I lost my brakes, and oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was, bleeding because an amplifier was in the back of the vehicle, and on impact, it flew up and hit me on the side.
Oh.
So, and it broke my face. I actually have I had a zygomatic fracture, so your cheekbone just basically caves in and it just breaks here, and here. And so I've got little metal screws in my cheek. And,
oh man.
And yeah, Erin's story is a great one. It's like she remembers me calling and saying, "Hey, I'm down here by the base of the hill." when she told that story, I was like, "Oh God, I must have been pitiful." It was, and that kind of hit me when she talked about it, because it never occurred to me, because I probably was in shock.
Yeah, sure.
How generous she was with her time, how generous she was with her just compassion. She was so compassionate in something that was like absolutely preventable. Don't drive the car, Todd. Get a ride. Walk down to work. I could have prevented it, but she never made me feel like I was dumb. She was just so, just a loving person. And I really miss her. I don't see her very often, but that was cool because, man, yeah, I don't know who the hell else I would have gotten. I think my parents were out of town or something like that. And then when I came back after going to the ER, I came back and the guy was just like looking at his garage, and I went up to him and I'm like going, "Hey man, I know some people that do construction. I mean, what would you like me to do? Because I'm just thinking, I'm destitute, I'm bankrupt, I don't know what
Yeah.
He goes,
Right.
"I want you to get." This is all covered in insurance. "I want you to get your car. I don't ever want to see your fucking face again." I said, "Done and done, sir.
Farewell.
Done and done.
See you later.
And a good day to you."
Yeah. So, I said good day.
And a good day, sir.
I said good day.
Yeah. So that was crazy. And then it took like less than an hour for somebody. "I got this truck." They're like, "We got you," and they just like hauled it off. But before that happened, Erin took that picture of me with my mangled face in front of the mangled van.
What a picture too, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
Well, it's great to hear from your perspective, because when she was telling that story, I'm just like, what? How?
Oh, I was gonna tell you a story. So this happened for me and my best friend Jeffrey Overstreet, who will be listening to this podcast because I named him.
Hi, Jeffrey. Call 985-28-SQUID with your own stories. That's 985-287-7843, Jeffrey.
The Garbage Chute Flyboys.
Okay.
So he and I both had the same thing happen to us where, and spoiler alert, Return of the Jedi. If you haven't seen Return of the Jedi, I'm going to be divulging things. So when I was 12 and he was 13, we both were able to get the storybook for Return of the Jedi through Scholastic Books.
Yep.
A week before the release of the movie.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Really? A week.
Ooh.
So none of us knew, and there really wasn't. If you think about it, there wasn't any real franchise before that franchise that had any spoilers.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you could spoil a movie and say, "Oh, it's the Butler did it," but this is like spoiler upon spoiler, right?
Oh man, right.
So I'm reading this thing. I'm like, "Oh my God, this person dies. Oh, this person's their sister. This is this." I mean, my entire band name is a spoiler for Star Wars, but if you know. But
Right.
but both Jeffrey and I were reading off stuff, and then we'd go to the theater to see it for the first time, and we're like, oh no,
You're spoiled.
I know everything.
No.
And it wasn't until yes, and it wasn't until episode 7 that we were seeing a movie, a Star Wars movie that hadn't been spoiled.
Oh.
So we had to wait that long before we could go and see a movie that wasn't spoiled. Because the prequels are not like, I mean, they're all spoilers. I mean, it's all just like,
Yes, right.
I actually have I don't have it up anymore because I've just rearranged all the posters that are on that wall over there. But I have like the Japanese version of Return of the Jedi, like movie poster where it says Revenge of the Jedi.
You got the Revenge of the Jedi? Oh, I love that. You got to turn your camera. You can't turn your camera? Come on, Kevin.
It's not up anymore.
Oh, you said you literally.
Yeah, because I just.
Oh, MST.
Yep.
Okay. Love
Yeah,
it.
because I just did like a live stream on Geekscape TV for the 30th anniversary of the movie.
Oh, cool.
So I swapped out the Revenge of the Jedi poster for another Mystery Science Theater one.
Since he was live on YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. You've got, is that Servo?
Yep.
Yeah.
And actually, let's see.
Did you make that or did you buy that?
I made it, and then I've got Waverly, I got Gypsy.
Oh, what?
Oh, I'm digging this.
So Sappo, something you probably don't know about Sappo is that we our first demo, Wobble, this was pre Kindred Spearmint and pre Greatest Hits. We interjected little movie clips as people like to do it, like on mix. It felt like a mixtape, really. That's why we did it. And there's a MST 3000 clip in there where it's for Manos Hands of Fate. If you've never seen that movie, and it's just Tom Servo saying the haunting Torgo theme. It's just it goes right into the song.
Oh, nice.
And I want to do like a Sappo reunion without my brother, with Bradley from Pep Squad, and have you interviewed him yet? Or you gonna probably, right, eventually, from the Corrales spin cycle, that the Bradley.
Oh, eventually,
yeah. So good, you should. But I think we should do a full blown Torgo theme cover that goes into a song, whatever. That would be really fun.
That would be cool. I don't have a fully assembled crow yet. I have all the parts. It's just cutting the bowling pin for his mouth.
Yeah, that must be hard. Is it an actual one? You probably could get a plastic one, yeah?
It is a plastic one, but it's I have the screen accurate, this is the correct model, the crown bowling pin. So,
dude, yeah.
So
I respect you. I respect it.
I don't want to mess it up by cutting it because I don't want to have to try and track one down again. So
yeah, I get it. That's so funny.
I love the MST 3K. That's fun. I'm later to that game, but I've checked out some of it. But we have on Samsung TV. There's a MST 3K channel.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm digging it. I'll flip to that because it's just fun.
You've seen Manos, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
so good.
Well, and then Rift Tracks. I guess it's more of a Rift Tracks channel than MST 3K, but still.
Yeah, they did Manos on that as well.
Right.
I had a buddy of mine who's in this band called Blitz and Trapper actually do the music.
Yeah.
Help out with the music of a stage version of Manos Hands of Fate.
Really?
Oh, wow.
And he was Torgo.
Oh, no way. Yeah, Blitz and Trapper's great.
Yeah. My friend, my friend drums for Blitz and Trapper.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an old Push guy.
Oh, wow. It's so interesting, all the people that are interconnected that used to be in bands that we knew from our scene that are now in the in not mainstream, but you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
are more notable stuff. Like I was
Hmm.
homesick one day years ago, and turned on I turned on the Kelly Clarkson show, and I'm like, wait a second, that
Is that
their
Jerome?
band. Well, the band leader is the dude from Sonic Flood. The drums is the guy from Pillar on drums, and I'm like, wait,
What?
what?
Is that is that her house band?
Her house band, yeah. Like
No way.
it's the yeah, and I'm like, I know these people, and I'm like looking it up. I'm like, yep, I'm right. Yep, I'm right. Yep. It's just like
So
all these
crazy.
people from and they were all Nashville musicians after they were in these
Oh
bands,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Sure.
it just cracked me up because I'm like, kind of when you're sick, you're flipping through, and you're like, and I'm like, Kelly Clarkson show, sure, she's got a great voice, and I'm like, I know these people.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
had I had a crazy experience. I had a crazy experience along those lines that we went to Agents of Future got asked to do Greenbelt. You ever heard of Greenbelt?
Mm-hmm.
So Greenbelt's this
Yeah.
festival. I don't think there really anything like Greenbelt could exist truly in the States. However, when we went over there, we found out that there were people that were coming up with a festival that was going to try to do the U.S. version of it called Wild Goose. And so
Right.
we got in on the ground floor, early adopter. And
Yes.
and when we were over at Greenbelt, we for the first we were exposed to beer and hymns, the first instance made by the originators. So we went to beer and hymns, and we're like, "What is this?" And they're like, "Oh, it's beer and hymns." I'm like, "You mean?" And they're like, "Yes." You mean beer? Yes. You mean and hymns? Yes. It's like that's it. That's it. And I'm like, oh my God. And everybody's just like singing these hymns at the top of their lungs and everything. And I'm like, this is a great idea. I don't know if it would ever fly in the US. And so when we talked to the people that were doing Wild Goose, we're like, who's going to do beer and hymns when you're Wild Goose? And they're like, what's beer and hymns? That means we're doing it. And so Angie and I went to the first couple of Wild Gooses, and I actually had a hand in rallying music for that. There was some Gareth Higgins, who was the original founder, one of the first director. He knew a bunch of different people, and what was crazy is before the event, T-Bone Burnett prayed for all the artists that were coming forward to do the Wild Goose.
That's cool.
Just put his hands on us and prayed for us, and we're like, "It's fucking T-Bone Burnett."
Yeah.
This is like pre-Hunger Games, stuff, and it was just
Oh,
like
T-Bone's great.
we're like, "What in the world?" And that was just it. There was no let up. It just like the Wild Goose people, like as soon as we had to leave Beer and Hymns. Like the next year, Amy Grant came and sang at Beer and Hymns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no. Hold on a sec. Wait a minute. No, that's not right.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yep. There it is.
No.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, that Beer and Hymns is I wish that Greenfield and stuff had taken off more out here. Like, but you're right. You weren't sure if it was going to work, but go for it.
Yeah, well, Beer and Hymns is crazy. It's its own monster too, because like we didn't even again. It's very very bridge like in that we weren't trying to do anything but just kind of sing these songs together. It wasn't as big
Organic.
it wasn't this big statement either. Because again, beer, hymns, nothing else. It was just like there it was. That was the formula at the end. But man, it made a lot of people upset. Like I remember the first so there was a guy that was friends with Aaron Strumpel, who still is, I'm sure, Josh Garrels, who moved to Portland for a little while.
So good.
And he got to be friends with Andy and I. And he came to the Bridge a couple of times, and he was being asked by NPR if somebody came out to Portland, what should they check out, because they wanted to do a piece on Josh Garrels. And he goes, you gotta check out what's happening with Todd and Angie Fadel. And so gave this guy our number, and they're like, what are you guys up to? And I was like, well, we're doing this crazy thing called Beer and Hymns. And he's like, what is it now? And so he had to come.
Right.
So he came to Beer and Hymns, and he took this picture, this crazy picture. And the shitty thing is he framed it. He framed the whole thing like a desperate attempt by this church to win over followers or whatever. So in fact, the name of the article is "To Stave Off Decline." Church resorts to giving beer to, it's that kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. So you don't know what you're talking about. But that article got shared in the first probably week. Got shared 4,000 times, not liked. Got shared 4,000 times on Facebook.
Right.
And man, oh man, people were mad. Oh. And because they don't get it, because none of them got it. Because of NPR, it was NPR's fault that they set it up like that.
Yep.
And
how can it be as simple as what it says it is?
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be an angle from both sides. From both sides. There's got to be an angle. And that's why it's so funny. It's like you just like you can't get away from it, even if you insist there isn't an angle. There's got to be one, and we're like, no. Maybe you can't trust anybody else to not have an angle, but you can.
The
trust
angle
us.
is vertical.
There will not be an angle. The angle is an isosceles. No, that angle is obtuse.
Did you have a favorite Garrels project?
I love Josh Garrels.
Honestly, I think. Well, he helped out on one of the Agents releases. He mastered it, mixed it. Cool. He actually helped us track "If We Were Only One," which is on one of the releases we did. But to be honest, and I even, if I remember right, I even did like his PR for his album. But I've never really listened to much of his songs because, and I hope you'll forgive me for this, but I just. So I worked for Sufjan, Sufjan's label, Asthmatic Kitty, for a while, and I watched how the anonymity of what Angie and I were doing with Agents of Future get get absolutely no obviously no recognition because we were contextual based outsider art kind of stuff, but if I said the name Sufjan Stevens to anybody. Right. They would roll out the red carpet for me, and there was something then, and there's still kind of, if I'm honest, there's still residuals of that there, and around that time, it's just like I was doing a PR firm for basically kind of culturally adept music ministers and churchgoers and that sort of thing, called Love Is Concrete, and so. There was a bunch of albums that I was like just releasing and giving free promo copies to, and I think Josh Garrels was one of them. But maybe I'm getting mistaken. But I think Josh Garrels' album was one of them. But I think I got this bad taste in just like the precious delivery, because there was a lot of people that doing the kind of the precious delivery. If you're, it's like the anti-Jarl.
Right.
It's the precious delivery.
I love
because
that.
It's what I mean. But it's like what I'm talking about, right? There was in that era, there was kind of the lords. It was the
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
The straining sound.
The noise train.
Precious.
Got it. Yeah.
It's the precious. It's the precious. You know what I mean? It's
Zion and Babylon. Right.
And it's why Portland gets shit on so often, because we're so precious. Portland is so precious as a city.
As a cultural value. Precious.
And we're assholes about it too. So you get the combo.
Right,
it's like
precious and a jerk. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So you get those two together.
Not Garrels, but Portland in general.
Right.
No.
I'll say,
totally, I'm just saying,
am precious. I am precious, and I am a jerk.
No, I'm 100% there too. And that's what I guess that kind of was my point, was that my authenticity is the only legitimate authenticity, right? So But that's Portland. That's the Portland in me.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that was through no fault of his own, got caught up in the wave of that sort of like, it's just all, it's. And it wasn't
So it goes.
completely unfair to him. I was trying to do that with like Aaron Strumpel's albums, because he kind of came out swinging like that, came out whispering. He came out. And I was like, dude, just sing this, just sing it, don't put the filter on, still sing it. And the albums we did together, I felt I was very proud of him, and I was really proud of the stuff we did together because he was just belting it. He was going for it. No offense to girls, love girls.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
And I brought him up for what did I bring him up? Oh yeah, because of the NPR connection.
Yeah.
But that guy again, the perfect example. This guy, nothing to gain by including Angie and I. Nothing to gain by that. But like he was like, here's this cool opportunity. It blew up in our face, but
Try to do a nice thing.
Yeah, he tried.
Yeah, he was like, I could have taken this all for myself, but he was generous and he gave that to us, and we're like, awesome. There was no way of him knowing what NPR would do with it,
Yeah, which angle,
Right.
or the crazed humans on this planet, what they would do. I don't have anything else to tell you right off the bat, but if you ever want a follow up episode, as my classes go real well,
Always.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
But I will definitely keep you guys in mind when I'll tag you when I start doing videos and stuff from my VR shenanigans. And I think maybe I'll do some shout outs in VR. Listen to that. That'll be
beautiful.
Listening to the podcast in VR.
4D. Hey, there we go. Yeah. I'll make a world that's just Pickle Home Companion
like Scobbing
quotes.
Like Scobbing.
Oh, dude, why not?
Like Scobbing.
You guys have that?
Oh, man.
We don't.
Do you guys have that already?
I mean, we have. There is a town.
Oh, dude. Okay,
in our minds.
We are like Scobbing.
So get somebody who knows like a little bit about 3D assets.
Okay.
Or even even better. If anybody's got a iPhone 15 or newer, you can do a lidar scanner on your iPhone. You could take a scan of a room and turn it into a 3D asset, and then I could pull it into this app, and you could literally visit whatever room you wanted. So it could be like a combination of Kevin's like poster wall, or like it could be all you guys' poster walls.
Oh my gosh!
In one room.
Brock's record shelf. Yeah.
All your favorite, all your caves, all your man caves, coagulated into one little one scrotum of work.
Perfect. I've always wanted that.
We are all like Scott.
All the testicles together in one bag.
Balls.
At last.
The dream.
We all get one wall of the.
There's the album. There's the episode title.
All the testicles in one bag. Yeah.
That'll get us banned at the Christian bookstores.
Even the virtual ones.
It's true. Right.
Oh,
we'll lose
shoot.
our distribution deal.
Dude, I gotta tell you this story, please.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be only embarrassing, and this person will hopefully forgive me. And she is an amazing person. Her name is Keisha. Okay. So Mikey and I had this Christian radio station that probably 4 people listened to because it was on AM radio.
Oh, let's go. I worked in an AM station. Yeah.
KPAM. And I programmed that thing. 3 hours of I felt like the best combination. I wish I had this playlist now. Man, it would be so cool. But I did these 3-hour shows, and I probably did about 8 of them. But Mikey and I together, we get riffing, and we're like, it's not fit for Christian radio ever. Our friend, we, the 4 people that called in, we would like talk with them and be silly with them. And our friend Keisha gets on the phone, and Mikey's like, "Oh, hey, Keisha, you know, real men don't eat Keisha." I mean,
Oh no!
And
I guess
the
they
following week, we got a letter
Oh, a snail
that
mail.
said
Why?
a parent wrote in
Oh no, not the parents.
and said that we
They don't like pie.
used the word cunnilingus on our show.
Get the
Use
mind
the
out of
word!
your- No,
Because, you know, that's what you do on a Christian music show.
right.
So,
We said real
needless
men
to say,
don't.
that was our last show.
Uh-huh.
The funny thing is that no
Blaze
one
of
would have got
glory.
it if it weren't for Mikey's dumb backpedaling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sin boldly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh,
so I
because
thought you'd like that
Wow.
story.
That's amazing. That's
Impressive.
amazing.
You can't do anything on AM. That's the problem.
Oh God, no.
I tried to
You
play.
can't say the
Sweet
C word.
No. I worked for a country music radio station. I tried to play Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, and I got calls.
Love it.
Wow.
I know.
How did something so right go so wrong?
And that's the news from like Scott Bigott. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's so good. Oh, wow.
Did you know Sappo was considered ska without the horns? That was the only way they could market us.
Is that right?
Yeah, and what is ska without the horns? What is that?
It's not rock with horns either, is it?
No. Huh.
It's just they were just capitalizing on ska's success, which is
Oh yeah,
Sure,
that was big
sure.
time. Yeah.
They should have said it was swing without the horns.
definitely not swing either. I have this one sheet that we did for organic that I'll scan in, but with it is a companion.
Oh, nice.
A companion song by song, and some with biblical references about like what each song is about.
So no one could think it was about eating breakfast.
If you were a youth group leader, you know, you'd really need to reference this. Oh, what is this song about?
Study guide.
Now I don't know what it's about. And say,
Yep. Yes. Yeah. I love it. I was going to say we should refer people to the Rock That Doesn't Roll interview because I feel like it was adjacent to this one, but it has other information people might enjoy if they want to hear more from Todd. So yeah.
I was trying not to double up on the things that I said there with them, but
Thank you.
love those guys.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, we love them. They're great people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Leah's book is really great.
Yeah,
it is.
Have you read it?
Mm-hmm.
It's so. I mean, the way it just puts everything in like kind of in a context that isn't like judgmental in any way. It doesn't have a bent to it. It's very like research based. I was like, this is perfect. You know, I mean, it's a perfect book for that, for what it's doing, and it just shows the through lines very, very clearly about why we are where we are. I mean, it's definitely why the political landscape is the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to read it. It is on my list. It's on my stack. I did purchase it, so I'm stoked to check it out.
Dr. Payne.
I remembered my other question. The other question was was Robert Pamplin an executive producer on your album for Sappo?
Bob Pamplin. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yes. Of course he would have been. He had to have been. I mean, I knew him, or I met him a few times. But even more importantly, Gary Randall was in charge of Pamplin in some way, and Gary Randall had a show in the early '80s called the Gary Randall Show at 6 a.m. in the morning on Sunday morning. And my girlfriend in second grade, Sarah Woods, who went on to become a huge Bill Gaither homecoming singer.
Oh, okay. That's how I know that name. All right.
How about that?
Yeah. Sarah Woods Delane I think she is her Yeah. Anyway, so she
Second grade
she was.
girlfriend.
I saw her. Yeah, I saw her on Gary Randall's program, and I'm like, oh, my girlfriend's on TV. What's a second grade girlfriend anyway? But I thought she was great. So she.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, I thought that was a big deal. And then to later on, go Gary from the Gary Randall show.
Love it. Deep cut.
Yeah, he was a part of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was your first question. What was your second?
Yeah, just asking about like, have you kept up with the Pamplin Enterprise and kind of all the strange twists and turns it's taken? Because they owned the bookstore chain and they owned Organic Records and that sort of thing. But they ended up like laundering some money from some people's pension plans through like real estate and whatnot. I don't know. Is that? I forget exactly what the ins and outs are, but boy, howdy.
Do tell. Wow, you know,
I mean,
don't know anything about that. I do know they made
okay.
they made me uncomfortable. Well, I'm just kidding. I don't have anything bad to say about them. Are you looking for dirt? I don't have any dirt on them.
No,
they did own
we're not really a dirt finding podcast.
I think it's all public already, right? Yeah.
They did. I think they did own like some Ross Island like rocks and
Ross Island sand and gravel.
So that's
yep.
Yeah, so that's all the dirt you're going to get from me. I know about.
Hey,
I don't
dirt,
know anything else about
gravel.
Yeah. Hey, get back out and bring some fish in here. I want seconds.
Get those loaves. Follow Casual Gravel on Instagram. Okay.
Hey, give me one of that water. He turns it into wine, he told me. Just that guy at the Last Supper that won't shut up. We wish it was his Last Supper.
No, really. Is it I?
It wasn't. He had so many suppers after that.
You have a stand-up career for this, all right? I'm just saying. I'd follow that Instagram account.
All right. That'll be one. One of you.
Hey, I have about 4 that I manage. All of them will follow.
You got your new gig.
Yeah, there it is.
With my 4,000 accounts, you will have 4,000 friends. It'll take me 4 years to log into all the accounts, but
again. Again.
It's just Pete with a wall of phones.
Follow again.
Pete with a wall of phones, and he's just.
Which one? Carry the 2.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
What I thought about when you were talking, especially early on with like doing the bands and like, trying to think of what is this for kind of thing in those moments. And then you were talking about being an elementary school music teacher. I assume everybody in a band would like to be heard and would like to be remembered, and by probably as many people as you could. And there's all kinds of feelings around that. But by being a music teacher in elementary school, you can't help but be heard with the energy and enthusiasm. It's not as glamorous. People don't put you in magazines. But I know how big of a deal my 5th grade daughter's music teacher is, Mr. Brown. And he's been at their school for 3 or 4 years. He's just enthusiastic. Yeah. He's passionate. He likes the kids. He's ambitious. Yeah. He has them doing things that other music teachers didn't do, just like trying stuff. But he's a teacher that every parent I know just praises Mr. Brown, like, which doesn't happen when it comes to school. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
Plenty of criticisms are levied at schools by teachers, but Mr. Brown is like in a category by himself. Because of the impact he makes, because everybody likes making music, and I think he does what you're describing of, he gives them the room to try stuff and make noise and have fun, and it's not a lot of pressure on performance, even though there are groups, there's a chorus and there's these bucket drummers, and like, so there's some opportunities to quote perform, but it's mostly about class every week, and
just finding the joy, right?
Yeah, and hearing your enthusiasm, like, you have as much enthusiasm talking about elementary school music as you do the music you made, touring and all that. I think that's really encouraging. And I don't know if you've ever framed it that way for your own reflection, but thinking about the impact of all those kids year to year that cycle through, especially as a music teacher, because you don't just have one class, right? You get to a lot of exposure across the whole
Oh
school,
yeah. Oh yeah.
and it gives you this huge reach.
And to watch the arc too. Well, watch the
Yeah,
arc. I mean, I've been at the school that I'm at right now long enough to have had them in pre-K,
Yeah.
and now they're
yeah,
graduating fifth grade. So it's crazy to see them have a literacy that they didn't have before around
hmm
music, and that I had a hand in that, you know,
yeah,
and that they won't ever, if they don't want to, will not ever have a schooling experience where music is not an option for them. You know, a lot of schools don't
right.
have that, but because I was able to do it, and get them excited about it. I mean, thanks for that. No, that's absolutely. You know, it's funny because I'm not ever trying necessarily to be the one in the room that everybody looks to or looks at or whatever. It's more like I get the most joy out of getting excited with other people being excited. I don't want to be the only person
Yeah.
excited about doing something in the room, right?
Yes.
I
Yes.
want and so my enthusiasm is less to do about like look at me and more like look at us and what we can do.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy? And it was the same at the bridge, you know, for me. Like it was never about like sing my songs and sing it like me and do this. It was like we just wrote a song. It was like whatever. And you guys write a song. And we would like people would like sing during our services at the bridge. And if somebody sang something, we would sing what they were singing. It wasn't like we were beholden to the hymnals or the overheads or any of that kind of stuff. We would just take off with them. And so it empowered them, you know, and I think that's definitely for me. It's like if I'm not empowering kids, if I'm not empowering other people, I mean, the rest of it is bankrupt. It's boring.
Yeah.
So
I think the most
I think
important,
yeah,
yeah. No, I think the most important thing that everybody like ultimately wants is they want to feel like they belong and they want to feel included.
so true.
Just really simple. And like that's the conversation I've had with my kids since they were really little is the most important. Like I want them to do well academically and be successful in all those ways, but most importantly, I don't want anybody else to ever feel like they weren't welcome at a lunchroom table or a four square court at recess. Like that's the most important things to me from for whatever my kids are doing in
Totally.
school is I don't want them to ever be participating in excluding other kids. Like have a posture that everybody can come and everyone can have a
Mm,
turn and everyone can sit with us kind of thing.
that's
But I
great.
think like
That's great.
music is one of those that people can select themselves out of really quickly because you feel like
For
you don't
sure.
have the talent. So
Yep.
to be able to make it where they're included, like you've got your bands, but how many bands might you start from whatever seed you plant with a recorder or a xylophone
Whoa.
or a ukulele or whatever because they
How
just
crazy.
found out that this was fun and they loved it and they can make
Yeah.
it. They have
Yeah.
permission and they were told they actually are can do it and there's not a lot of places where that happens. I mean, if in a school versus where everybody gets to go versus my mom or dad signed me up for lessons, which
Mm.
is very
It's
different.
for sure. For sure. Yeah. Wow. Thanks a lot for that. Yeah. There's not enough people saying that in my life where, you know, that there's a continuity, that there's a thread that I'm following.
hmm
Sometimes I feel a little bit like that that I've lost touch with where I'm supposed to be. But yeah, that does feel like that. Yeah, that's absolutely what I'm about, and I want to see this new crop. It's really just I'm trying to build a new Tom Festival, right? You know, so
Yeah.
you have to populate it with bands, and the only way to populate with bands is to teach them how to play.
Let's
And when
go.
you do
Right.
that, and that's where the money is,
Yep.
and
Obviously.
That's right.
money is in all ages venues and Christian music festivals. That's where the money
That's it.
is.
100%.
Oh, it's sure not
All right,
the
kids,
banana
you got
stand.
3 minutes now. Go right us on. Get on it.
And bring me some fish.
Oh,
Bring me some fish. Where's the guy? Where's the fish guy? Where's the fish guy?
but it's legit, Jared, what you're saying, because the my music teacher in high school, Mr. Shapiro, was my mentor and the guy that I still remember to this day. And like he was the one that let me create in the space and open up a venue for me to just become who I am. So and I see those parallels with him, with you, Todd, through our conversation, and it's cool. I texted him out of the blue. I was at a Santana and Counting Crows show, and he was the one that showed me Santana. And I just out of the blue was texting his sons, going, "I need Shapiro's number. I need your dad's number," because I wanted to tell him in that moment how much of an impact he had on me and how much I thought about him. And this was, gosh, I've been out of high school over 20 years, right? Almost. Yeah. But so like, just, it's cool. I wish that I had gone in more into teaching sometimes, because it's cool to be right where you're supposed to be. In this case, like just these, like you said, you've been there so long enough for the pre-K to 5th grade. That's an amazing arc to see those kids and how they grow. Like my parents were teachers for 40 and 50 years respectively. I don't know which one was which, but it was cool to see, like, they talk about that they got to see kids go through and then their kids, and it's just so interesting to me to be able to make that impact, and good on you for doing it.
Thank you. Well, it was the only thing I could do, really, because I failed at everything else.
No, you just trial and error and you got to where you're supposed to be. Like,
no, I mean, I'm not saying fail. I'm not saying failure. See, that's the thing. Is like the failure is part of the process. If you can't fail, or if you're afraid, or if you're afraid of admitting that there's a failure there,
right?
I mean, because like I think it's the delusional people that think that they don't fail, or it's always if I say I failed, and but then I learned from that. And then I was able to not make that mistake again. And so I think I'm okay with it. I'll say this. It wasn't as successful as maybe something else that I've seen. But that doesn't mean that doesn't have an intrinsic value to it. So in a way, to me, it didn't fail.
Sure.
But in the world's viewpoint, the world's
understood. Right.
Secular world.
Right. The stepping stone, as we call it around here. Brock nods. Yes.
I know the stepping stone. I know it well. The stone the builders stepped on has become the stepping stone.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Well, that's really it, isn't it? That's the Yoda's wisdom is exactly what you're describing.
Yep. I mean, you no harm.
Yes. Oh, so good.
And Ben, why didn't you tell me?
Still mad about that.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. If you ever want me to come on again, just talk about anything, or be a fifth squid or whatever.
Are you interested in being a co-host? Yeah,
I'm down. I mean, anytime.
Come on. Well, we definitely want you back. So so good, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've known you guys for a while.
Yeah.
You've known us for several hours at this point.
Oh, so good. That's when you know you're having a good time, is when it's been several hours. So we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Also appreciate you opening the archives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I will. I promise. I have a scanner. So I'll just. When you guys are ready to put out the episode, will you just put a PDF together, and you guys can, and then I can, if you give me the episode a little earlier, I could even put it together so it's like time. See page 1, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who brings out of his storehouse treasures new and old.
In a PDF format.
That's right. Hyperlinked.
And I'll draw a picture, or I'll have somebody do the fish guy.
Yes. Oh my god.
Perfect.
And I definitely am looking into this VR like Scabagon. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah. Get somebody with a LiDAR camera and do it.
Oh my gosh. So good.
All right. Cool, man. It was good to talk with you guys.
Thanks for the time.
Great to talk to you. Thank you so much.
And with that, I'm going to sing it. I'm going to sing us out. Up on the hilltop, saw a crowd gather around, tired and hungry from what the day had shown them. Up on the hilltop, there he was, bringing a brand of love to them. I could see it in their eyes. He touched them. Not 1,000 people touched him. He didn't touch 1,000 people.
Right.
All I could give him was all that I had. My measly fish and bread was all I could give. So I gave it away, gave it away, gave it away. Gave it away, gave it away. All I did was give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away. All I did was give it away. Another song, 2 minutes. Took 2 minutes to write that one. One of the biggest Agents of Future songs that ever got written.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that's the news from Lake Scabagon, where all the instruments are in tune, all of the new technology is quickly adopted, and all of Todd's work over the years is above average.
Oh, onward, pickle soldiers.
Woo!
But the network sucks.
Perfect podcast.
We did it. We did it, guys. And that's thanks to you, Todd. Appreciate you.
Well,
we overcame the shitty hotel Wi-Fi and we did it.
Yeah.
Next week I'm at home, guys.
Water shots all around.
Water shots!
Here's to that.
Body water shots.
Ooh.
May the fifth be with you.
That's for the top tier Patreon. And also with your spirit, Brock.
Indeed. Wow.
Oh, thank you, Todd.
Thank you,
man.
Bye, you guys.
Bye. We'll see you soon.
Holy water shots.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Oh, Todd, that was good. Oh my gosh. What a great time.
And that's the news from Lake Scabagon, where all of the instruments are in tune. And
Brock.
No.
Brock.
Perfect timing.
Brock, you want to try that one more time, buddy? Wait, Brock.
it was so good, and it's just messed up and gone, right?
No, it's gone forever. Yeah, because it lagged.
And it happened.
The best.
This is a great bass. I should screen capture this. Oh, I didn't get it in time. Dang it. All right.
Guys, I'm sincerely sorry for the difficulties with network. I gotta
fine.
subscribe. We need to have our Patreon subscribers pay for better network connections for me.
That's right.
I know. Come on.
I like how it's
top tier
working
Patreon.
now. Yeah, just whenever I need to
of
say
course.
anything, it doesn't work.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.